Hello and welcome to the Florida Person Podcast, your weird news podcast.
Hey,
Hey, I'm Jackie Schwartz,
I'm Meg Gallagher.
and this is the weirdest news we could find on the internet this week.
Yeah.
Florida
person.
Florida
Florida person.
Florida
Florida person.
I'm taking a break from animal stories this week and I'm focusing on dead people that are yes.
Yeah. So that's so weird because I also have a dead person story. But then I'm gonna end it on an animal story. Or no, I'm gonna end it on my dead person story. I'll do the animal story to break up the dead people. How about that?
Ooh, well, 3 dead people, 1 animal. That's a first.
Yeah. But maybe not a last. So what do you have here?
This is from the Travel Nevada website.
Oh, great. I love traveling in Nevada. Well, I don't know about that. I've been to Nevada a couple times. How about that?
Oh, I've never been to Nevada.
I've been to Las Vegas on possibly what was the hottest weekend last year, and I've been to the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe, which is very pretty.
Oh, well, this is about the historic Mizpah Hotel.
Ooh, Mizpah?
Yes.
Mizpah?
Mizpah.
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 Yes.
Okay, we got it.
Tonopah, and this is from Tonopah, which I think Tonopah was actually that this is Nevada, not Arizona. Okay.
Mhm.
Tonopah.
Tomoa.
All right. This is a Victorian stylized hotel.
Yeah.
5 floors.
Yeah.
It was the luxurious building boasted all electric lights, steam heat, and the West's first electric elevator,
Ooh.
ceiling mounted fans, a finely stocked bar, and opulent rooms.
Very nice.
But I guess one of the things it's most famous for is the Lady in Red.
Ooh. So where is this?
This is in Tonopah,
Where's
Nevada.
Where's that near? Let me look up.
Tonopah.
Nevada. Is that near? It's got to be near something because like Nevada is actually quite sparse. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be. It looks like it's very much in the desert. Let me get a map of it.
It's a mining town, maybe. It looks like.
Okay. Tonopah. It looks like. Well, honestly, it looks like it's not really near any big city. So, boop, doop, doop, doop. Okay, here we go. I've found. Oh, it's way far away from Las Vegas, so not anywhere near Las Vegas. Not Las Vegas is in that's very the tip of it almost. Tonopah is kind of. It's almost like a straight line from San Francisco across into Nevada, so it's kind of more towards Lake Tahoe area, but not really. If that gives anybody a good idea.
Okay.
All right. Sorry for
I
that.
guess
I had to know. I just had to know.
Well, we have to know. I'm glad that you told me because now I have a frame of reference. Because when I think Nevada, I think everything is next to Las Vegas.
Yeah, but Las Vegas is really only in that small tip area of Nevada. And Nevada's a huge state. I always think that too, but it's you can drive through California to Las Vegas and out of Nevada in a few hours if you just go across the tip and then be in the next state.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here at the Mizpah, it says, as was common in many Wild West towns, the Mizpah was not strictly just a hotel, if you know what we mean.
Oh, I know.
Over the years, many guests came and went, some specifically just to visit a certain year-round resident who lodged in a palatial 5th floor suite where she worked in and prospered from the oldest trade in the world. At
Prostitution.
least, yes,
Okay.
she was a sex worker.
Well,
Like
you
Miss
know,
Kitty. Like my parents would tell me about this show that they would watch on television uh when they were kids, and it was Bonanza, and it was like a western, and there was a character, Miss Kitty, that was a sex worker. Um, but they didn't realize that till they were like older, and they're like, "Wait a second, Miss Kitty." They never really brought that up in the show, but you can tell, I guess, watching it
all
now.
I think about is Westworld, like the first season of Westworld, where it's basically all like the prostitutes in like the old Western house. The good season of Westworld, the
The
only
only
season of Westworld. I know there are more seasons. I didn't get through even second season. I think it went. I think it's still going. I don't
I
know, but it's not good.
I've only seen the movie that it was
Hmm.
based on, and I watched it because I'm a big fan of Yul Brynner. I love Yul Brynner. He's one of my favorite old-timey actors, and he was like the Man in Black and doing crazy, scary, robot-y things.
Gotta.
I like that movie. And I liked it because I didn't have to watch like 5 seasons of something. It's a lot of pressure to start a series.
Yeah, just pretend it ends after the first season.
So they say that an ex-lover, possibly a former patron, stabbed and strangled her in a fit of jealous rage. Sources, there's no sources. Today, her presence lingers
Mm.
on, a phenomenon paranormal experts believe is common in places where ugly stuff went down. Although the Lady in Red's origins and true identity are lost to history, many accounts suggest she went appropriately by just Rose. That's my middle name. She was said to be kind, welcoming, and generous,
Hmm.
and evidently still is. In spite of her brutal end, many men visiting the Mitzvah Hotel have reported hearing an incorporeal voice whispering sweet nothings in their ears, especially in that fancy elevator
Mm.
which the Lady in Red used to escort her visitors from the lobby to her chambers. In addition, hundreds of guests have awakened to discover a pearl beneath their pillows, supposedly from her necklace, which
Ooh.
broke and spilled onto the floor in her tragic scuffle.
I feel like that's something that can be confirmed. If you found a pearl under your pillow and then you were like, "Oh, look, a pearl. I found this pearl." And then later were interviewed by some ghost hunter or something, you'd be like, "Yeah, and here's the pearl."
And here's the pearl. No, no.
That's something you can Yeah, that's something you can is it like an illusion? Is it
Is it?
like you pick up the pillow, you see a pearl, but then the pearl
It's
disappears.
yeah. Can we see pictures of these pearls? It seems like it happened more than once. So that said,
I feel like you really need to confirm the pearl thing. Was it a people picked up their pillows, they think they see a pearl, and then the pearl disappears and it's not really a pearl, or do they get a pearl out of this? Because that would be cool if you're
that would
just
be
getting
really
like
exciting.
a precious little stone there, like a pearl. I guess a pearl. Does a pearl count as a gemstone? I know that a pearl can be your birthstone.
Oh,
The
Pearl
pearl's
is
a
yeah, it's
birthstone
the June
for
birthstone
some
because
month.
that's my
Yeah, so I
birthstone.
guess it counts,
My
even though it's made by like an organism. It's not like
yeah,
a naturally occurring
yeah, no, that's right.
thing.
It's made
Hmm.
by the
So is
oysters.
it considered a gemstone then? I don't know.
Hmm. I consider it a
I don't know.
gemstone.
I considered it too.
They
If it can be a
say
birthstone, then it's a gemstone, then it's a stone that can be left by a ghost under your pillow, and that can be confirmed, and we could
we could
totally
totally believe it.
confirm if ghosts exist, if they're leaving little
They're leaving little
treasures.
treasures. They say while 504 is now officially the Lady in Red themed room, which has scarlet curtains, a flowy bed canopy, and matching period furniture. Um, More activity has actually been reported in 502. That said, you never know when her spirit may make itself felt, or for that matter, in which room a mannequin done up as the Lady in Red may be waiting to greet an unsuspecting guest. Oh,
That's not
I
fair.
guess they do that.
That's not
They
fair.
do that.
They can't just put a mannequin in there and then somebody's like, "Oh, that freaked me out. Ghosts." That because of course that's terrifying. Any mannequin is terrifying.
Yeah.
Just in the dark in a room. Come on. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't think
Guys.
that's really appropriate also. I mean, I just don't I just look, ooh, this woman was murdered. Let's make it all about her.
But which room is the pearl room? Which room do I get a free
Yeah.
pearl in? That's all I care about. That's all I'm taking away from this is if I stay there, am I guaranteed to walk out with my own ghost
And this
pearl?
was not from a this is from the Mispa Travel Nevada
Mhm.
website. So
Mhm. All
that
right.
yeah, so
Okay.
uh not sourced in any way.
Well,
But fun. It's spooky
it's
time of
fun.
year. It's
It's
a
spooky
spooky time of
time.
year.
It's spooky time. Well, let's take a break from the spookiness because the spookiness is gonna keep on spooking soon. And let's get into some violence.
More violence.
This is pure violence. In fact, this is violence by the most dangerous mob out there.
Oh no.
This was at the end of August, so not too long ago, August 19th, 2022, from Newsweek. It says mob of kangaroos overrun
Oh my
town.
gosh.
Mob of kangaroos overrun town, attacking people and breaking woman's leg.
Oh my gosh. Kangaroos are so scary.
Kangaroos apparently are terrifying, and they're wreaking havoc in Australia in mobs. In
Oh,
mobs.
oh my gosh.
So it says a mob of kangaroos has overrun a small town in Australia, attacking residents and leaving one woman with a broken leg. Maroom, which I think is how it's said, it's Maaroom. Maroom.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, Maroom, which is about 150 miles north of Brisbane, has been occupied by so many kangaroos that its residents, who number about 220, so small town, are carrying sticks as weapons when they leave the house. Many are afraid to
What?
walk around the town in case they are attacked.
What?
I know. There are too many to count, really. They're constantly popping are up. Yeah, they're constantly popping around the they're constantly hopping around the park in between caravans. Caravan park. Okay, so I think they mean like a caravan's like an RV. That's what they're talking about. They're
Okay.
constantly hopping around the park in between caravans. Caravan park manager Karen Sutcliffe told ABC News Australia. I've been wanting to go fishing of an afternoon, but I won't do that just in case a kangaroo gets
Oh
me.
my gosh, a kangaroo. A kangaroo. A kangaroo gets me. A kangaroo gets
Yeah,
me.
a kangaroo. This is worse than like a dingo ate my baby. A kangaroo kicked me in the leg and fractured every bone.
Fractured. Okay.
Uh, as if there weren't enough animals trying to get you in Australia. Now the kangaroos, the ones that aren't poisonous, are now getting in on the violence.
Man.
So it says kangaroos are native to Australia and are usually no threat to humans, generally avoiding them when encountered. Attacks are rare and deaths even rarer. Only one death from a kangaroo attack, which occurred in New South Wales in 1936, has ever been recorded.
Oh.
Usually, when a kangaroo does attack a human, it's a territorial male or part of a male's mating display, according to Frank Mills, manager at Southern Wildlife Operations at Queensland's Department of Environment and Science. Maroom's infestation is different, however, as residents have had to deal mostly with mother kangaroos. Not your average kangaroo, huh?
Oh my gosh. I love kangaroos.
All of these issues have been with female kangaroos with a joey, which is the baby, at foot,
Yee.
Mills told ABC News. In late July, a 67-year-old woman was attacked by a mother kangaroo in
Oh
Maroon,
no.
leaving her with a broken femur and lots of scratches and bite marks.
What? That's the largest bone in your body. I broke my femur in that car accident I had. Oh my gosh, that's scary. I don't like
Oof.
kangaroos anymore.
Mm-mm. I guess it just like jumped up and kicked her really hard. The
Gosh.
The kangaroos have been gathering on the lawns of the town's residents, which are thought to be providing the kangaroos with a glut of food. The kangaroos are moving between nearby bushland and into the residential area, Mills said. We've counted more than 60 to 80 kangaroos on any given day within the
What?
town itself and the local forests that surround
What?
what wouldn't support that many kangaroos. So the kangaroos are
Oh
just
my
moving in. They don't
gosh.
know. They don't know why there's so many kangaroos.
What?
The recent wet season has caused the grass and other vegetation to grow prolifically, which, combined with a high number of joeys being born, made the town an ideal nursery. The last couple of years, we've had La Nina, where we get more rain and conditions are conducive to grass growing, and we all manage our lawns very well, Maroon resident Mark Sidway told ABC News. They've multiplied because we supply a sizzler smorgasbord for them. They're there for the grass. Oh
Oh
no.
my
The
gosh.
kangaroos may also have been encouraged to stick around by residents who began feeding them. That's a no. Don't do that. Don't
Uh-oh,
do
don't
that.
feed them.
Mm-mm.
He's gonna break into your house and kick you in your leg
Kick
and
you
break
right
it
in the
and
leg. At community meetings, we have received advice that some residents have been feeding the kangaroos, which can change the way the kangaroos interact with people, said Mills. Maroon residents have been advised not to
gosh.
attack the kangaroos, as this will only exacerbate the problem and make them more aggressive towards other people in town.
Wow. That's pretty scary.
It ends with how you got to deal with this, okay? So the Fraser Coast Regional Council's website says those attacked by a kangaroo should protect their head and face with their arms and roll into a ball to avoid being scratched. So fetal
What?
position.
Oh
You
my
just
gosh.
if a kangaroo comes for you, you just roll into a ball and just oh and you just take it. You just take it.
Oh my
So,
gosh. I
yeah.
held a baby kangaroo like a month ago
Oh,
because
really?
I went out west. We went out west to animal adventures, explorations,
Okay.
and we got to see the kangaroos out there. They put the big boy away. I
Mhm.
guess the big boy they put
The
away
big
because
boy
there
is
was like
dangerous.
6 lady kangaroos that were
Mhm.
like hanging out. One had the baby in her pouch, the little Joey, and
Oh, I
its
love
like
that.
legs were sticking
Mhm.
out.
Oh,
And then we got to hold a baby kangaroo, and he
very
was
fun.
like in a
So cute.
little like sack or
Oh, like a
something,
little like rat like
and he was like the
swaddled.
size of a cat.
Oh, very
Hmm.
cute.
Like the size of a kitty
Very
cat.
cute. Not like this mob of kangaroos. And they're all lady
No.
kangaroos. This is a bunch of mothers. This is a bunch of Karens. This is Karen kangaroos coming in, eating grass, and being like, meh, 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 I'm gonna kick you in the face.
Oh no.
So watch out. Be
Jeez.
safe out there. You never know.
Oh my gosh. Be safe. Stay away from kangaroos.
Yeah, these horrible kangaroos just wreaking havoc. Be safe. Be safe. All right, what
Be
do you
safe.
have? Let's get back to the spooky stuff. Take a break from the violence, back to the
It's a
spooky.
spooky story. Well, it's not about ghosts. It's about like history actually. It's a historical event that was pretty weird because uh it's just like weird and it's gross and it's just we've come really so far in terms of like caring for wounds. Um
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and this
cool.
is
Okay,
about
that's kind of cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is about the assassination and death of President James A. Garfield,
Oh, okay.
killed by his doctor. The
Oh,
assassination and death of President James A. Garfield. On July 2nd, not 19,
yeah,
on July
19.
2nd, 1881, the 20th president of the United States, James Abram Garfield, was shot in a Washington, D.C. railroad station by a disgruntled office seeker, Charles Guiteau.
Mm.
Garfield was shot on the back and sustained a minor wound in the arm. The wound to his back was not a fatal one, or at least it shouldn't have been.
Oh, no.
And Charles Guiteau, he wanted to be the ambassador of France.
And so for that, he said, "I'm gonna get you, boy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's featured, that character, that historical figure is featured in the Stephen Sondheim musical, Assassins, which is very
Oh.
good.
Oh, okay. Good.
Within minutes, several doctors probed the wound with unsterilized fingers and probes, which would cause infections.
Oh, they just started sticking their hands in the wound? Oh, come on, guys.
So awful.
Come
American
on.
doctors did not, for the most part, believe in the ideas of germs and sterilizations like those being promoted by the English physician Joseph Lister. Yes, of Listerine fame. One of the first doctors to reach Garfield was Dr. D. Willard Bliss, who quickly took charge of the president's care. Bliss had been an army surgeon during the Civil War and apparently was still using the methods that he used then. Taken to the White House, Garfield would suffer repeated probing of the wound by Bliss, and the infection soon was ravaging his abdomen. Garfield was unable to keep food down and vomited regularly as he suffered in the stifling summer Washington heat in the pre-air conditioner era. Dr. Bliss resorted to administering various concoctions of egg whites, broth, and alcohol as enemas.
Mm.
He suffered bravely, his wife Lucretia by his side. The nation pulled together as it had not been for decades, as it waited for the news on the president's condition. The fact that Dr. Bliss could not locate the bullet only made matters worse.
Yeah.
Alexander Graham Bell and an assistant were brought in to try to find the bullet using a crude metal detector.
Oh, God.
Dr. Bliss, however, and
Stick to telephones, am I right?
it's like a special guest star in the middle of this story.
Yeah. Guest starring the telephone guy. AT&T. This is brought to you by AT&T.
Oh gosh, and so they're trying to get the metal, like using the metal detector. Dr. Bliss interfered and refused to have Garfield moved off of the metal spring mattress that interfered with Bell's machine, and he only allowed Bell to look for the bullet on one side of the president's body. It turned out the bullet was on the other side of the body.
Oh, no.
And so he died. He died on September 19th, 1881. Ooh, the anniversary is coming up. An autopsy showed that Dr. Bliss had badly mishandled the case. Massive amounts of infected pus.
Oh, Puss makes another appearance. Puss was in the last episode.
It looks like pus is spelled P-U-S-S. We need to really clarify how pus is spelled.
So in the last episode, I read it as Puss Caterpillar and Puss Moth when it was Puss Caterpillar and Puss. I guess. I don't know.
Oh, massive amounts of infected pus and fluids were found in Garfield's body, and the bullet was found on the opposite side from where Bliss thought it was. His doctor had killed him.
Mm.
Charles Guiteau was executed the next year.
Yeah.
James Garfield should be remembered. He was a good man with a generous heart and a sense of humor.
Who was next? Was it Roosevelt? Because I think I got this like on news update that, I mean, how many presidents have been assassinated?
Garfield
right?
should be remembered more than just a post-Civil War. Who? I don't know. Let me ask Siri.
Yeah, ask Siri. Ask Siri real quick.
Who was president after James A. Garfield? Chester A. Arthur.
Oh, okay, so I was totally wrong. I'm probably in like the wrong time frame altogether. There's more presidents that have actually been assassinated.
Oh, well, I guess Chester A. Arthur. Wait, hold on a second. Chester A. Arthur was only because he replaced him.
Oh, okay, so he was like the vice president.
Who was president after Chester A. Arthur? Wait, what did I say? Grover Cleveland.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. I was still wrong all the way, but okay, all right.
Alrighty.
Man, I that reminds me of I remember hearing a while ago about birth used to be like really dangerous back in the day, and one of the reasons it wasn't just because, ladies having babies, like that's dangerous on its own, especially back before like modern medicine, but one of like the biggest killers and there was like one doctor that was really had a terrible like rating, I
On
guess, on
Old Yelp.
old
Ye old
birthing
Alp.
Yelp or
Yep.
whatever, old Yelp. Like every lady who went to him to have her baby was like dying, and they found out it was because he was also a big autopsy doctor, so he was doing a ton of autopsies and not washing his hands and going straight from like an autopsy into a
Oh
birthing
gosh.
room and sticking his hands like
Oh
on in the
no.
lady, and then she
Oh
would get like
no.
diseased, and it was a
Oh
huge thing,
no.
and they just didn't realize that all he needed to do was wash his freaking hands
Oh no.
and everybody would have been fine. And they
Wow,
were like,
that's
"Oh, that's not that big of a deal. I can go from corpse to woman, woman to corpse, and it'll totally
oh
be
my
fine.
gosh.
No big. I wonder why all these women are dying."
Well, it's like, why wouldn't you wanna wash your hand? Like, why wouldn't you wanna wash your hands?
Like even if you think it had even if you think it didn't matter at all, like there was no such thing as germs, after I'm cutting open a dead person, I would definitely want to wash my hands just because I'm sure some of that's
Yes.
on you and that's
Yes.
unpleasant.
Ugh.
I mean, I would want to wash my hands after helping a woman give birth. So
That is
just these thoughts
oof.
I have, I don't understand how this was such an
Ugh.
issue. So let's keep it gross, let's
Let's
keep
keep
it
it gross.
gross,
Keep it going on.
keep keep it gross, keep it weird. This one's a little spooky ooky. All right, it's coming from Zuri Anderson from a couple months ago, June 6, 2022. This is on the iHeartRadio website, interestingly enough. um and it's mysterious ooze at Florida tomb keeps family away from grave.
What?
Ooh,
Oh
mysterious
no.
ooze. All right.
Ooze.
So, a frustrated family member says he hasn't visited his mother's grave due to a mysterious ooze leaking from a Florida mausoleum.
Oh
David Newbar
no.
David Newbar told WFTV that a green liquid seeping out from the mausoleum at Glen Haven Memorial Park in Orlando has kept him away from his mother's final resting place.
Oh gosh.
"I've teared up several times because it's the first Mother's Day without my mom," Newber said. "Common sense, you see an oozing coming out of a tomb. There's no way in hell you're gonna step in it."
Ugh.
The Or- Ooh. The Orlando resident first complained about the strange liquid in 2021, fearing that it may affect the remains of other dearly departed individuals. It could, I feel like it is the dearly departed individuals. I
Oh
don't
my
know. Uh,
gosh.
he was told by Glen Haven managers they hired an engineering firm to resolve the issue, but Newbar claims it's only gotten worse. Now he's asking for the Florida Department of Health to investigate it.
Oh no.
"Is it toxic? Is it human remains?" Newbar asked. "Is there DNA in it? It's been over a
Ew.
year. What's the holdup?" I don't know. I think you guys just gotta leave it alone. Just leave it
Oh
alone.
no. This is
I
like
don't know. It's
call the FBI. We need Mulder and Scully. This is an X-Files
This
for
could be an
sure.
X-Files or like a Ghostbusters sort of
Oh
situation.
gosh, this is making me sick.
Reporters reached out to the company that owns Glen Haven, Service Corporation International in Texas. That's interesting. So, a corporation in Texas owns a cemetery in Central Florida. Okay, all right. I didn't
Well,
know.
that sounds like a
I
thing.
just didn't know that's how that worked. Anyway, sidebar. For more answers, according to managers, water intrusion is causing the green liquid and requires a civil engineer and specialty contractors to fix it. Newbar still intends on filing a complaint with state regulators. "It's the worst I've ever seen it," he
Ugh.
says.
Ugh.
And then it just ends. And that's where the
What
article
is it?
ends. No more
What is
information.
it?
It's just mysterious ooze. I mean, obviously it's
Oh,
haunted ooze. It's toxic haunted ooze. It's definitely
oh, is it like flubber? Is it flubber? Flubber was green ooze, right?
but Flubber was cute, it could be. I
Oh,
don't know. Maybe for some
oh.
people, we don't really know what happens after you die. Maybe you turn into Flubber and ooze out of the cracks in your grave. I don't know.
Out.
It's not the worst thing to happen, I guess.
Uh, oh gosh. Well, I don't think I'm gonna eat dinner tonight.
I'm still gonna eat after this, but I'm gonna be thinking of that green ooze the next time I have
Oh
Jello.
gosh. Ay, ay,
Ah,
ay.
just kidding. I never eat green Jello. I'm a red Jello kind of
Oh,
girl.
I ate Jello. I don't know. I had a colonoscopy recently, and like a couple days before, they're like, "You have to eat liquid things," and I was like, "I'll have Jello," and I haven't had Jello for like years, and it was so good, and I was like, "Jello is going to be a part of my life," but then like the next day, I had it again, and I was like, "I am tired of Jello. I don't ever need to have it again."
So you just need to find like a variety pack of Jello. I like the blue Jello, the strawberry Jello, the
Ugh.
dark red
The texture,
Jello.
like, everything
Oh,
the next day, like, I guess it was the 3rd time I ate it, like, 3 times in a row, it was, like, really turned me off.
you know what
Really
is really
gross.
good though? Is
What?
Jello and whipped cream.
Oh,
Like you make like a little like Jello parfait kind of with it. That's pretty
well,
good.
next time I
That
have
is
a
pretty
my
good.
next colonoscopy.
Yeah, but Jello's kind of like pudding, where I'm like, I personally like some Jello and pudding, but I don't want to watch anybody else eat pudding
Oh,
or
yeah.
Jello. It's kind of, you know, meh. I don't want to see you eat it, but I'll have some. Give me a piece.
It's a secret. It should be done only in private. Secret snack.
Yeah, it's a secret. It's a secret. We'll go to our separate rooms and eat our Jello/pudding and let the green ooze
Oh.
gobbledygook
Oh,
through the
I
cracks
yeah,
haunting us
that's
forever.
it. That's what's going on. Wash your
So there
hands.
you go. That's what's happening.
Wash your hands. Don't, I don't know, don't make
Mhm.
mannequins be in your hotel rooms to scare guests. Don't use them.
Yeah, and stay away from kangaroos and beware
Yeah.
of the ooze. Stay away from kangaroos, beware of the ooze. And there you go. And
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna say. So this has been the Florida Person Podcast. It's where you can find your weird news update for the week. Check us out where all podcasts are found. Share with a friend, share with an enemy. You can also check us out
Yeah.
on YouTube.
I'm still Megan Gallagher.
I've been Jackie Schwartz, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
Florida,
Florida
Florida,
person.
Florida,
Florida person.
Florida, Florida.
Florida person.